The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 580 WCHS, its employees, or WVRC Media. From the studios of WVRC Media, the country, the United States of America, the state, West Virginia, the city, Charleston. This is the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live. And your host.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
He's kind of a big deal.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Dave Allen.
And a good Thursday morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Senior producer Ryan Nicholson in charge of things this morning. Guarantee Bank Hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. We're in the Jarrett Construction Studios, right on time, right on budget. Visit Jarrett's visits. It's going to be one of those days. Visit jarrett-construction.com. License number WV030133. Phone calls to the show service of Guarantee Bank. 1320 Canal Boulevard East in Charleston. Guarantee Bank, your community, your bank, your story. Texting services provided by West Virginia's finest men's store, Tony the Taylor, Virginia Street in Charleston. Tony has got his big sale going on today, his sidewalk sale. You can take up to 90% off on select items, cash only. And it's only from 11 a.m. till 2:30 today. Jackets, suits, shoes, sportswear, and more. All sales are final. No online sales. Talked to Tony this morning, and he says if you're worried about the cash-only thing, there's an ATM right across the street. Always thinking of things is Mr. Paranzino. Check out Tony's Facebook page or bestmastertaylor.com. By the way, Mr. Tony Paranzino celebrating a birthday today. So happy birthday. I mean, he doesn't look a day over 94. Happy birthday to that guy. Welcome to the show. One step closer to the weekend we are on this Thursday morning. Metro News meteorologist Brian Hughes says it's going to warm up today with humidity back with us. Temps in the upper 80s. Some scattered storms possible late tonight, mid-60s tomorrow. Brian says weather, he calls it unsettled, with a chance of showers and thunderstorms upper 80s. Not looking good for Saturday, folks. 100% chance of rain, heavy rain, in fact, thunderstorms. Yeah, not good. Also run the risk of flash flooding, according to Brian, before it all clears out on Sunday. Next week, we're going to get closer, as we get closer to the regatta. Simply talking hot, mid to upper 90s, heat indices well over 100. Follow Metro News meteorologist Brian Hughes on air and online by downloading the Metro News television app and by following him on Facebook. Coming up, big event Saturday, and it's indoors, which is good. The annual Donna L. Skeen Senior Expo, Saturday at Benny Keatum in Charleston, 9 to 5, all kinds of stuff going on there. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. Also, a whole lot more people are coming to Charleston this weekend. You thought that, we had the USA Pro Road Bike Championships last week, regatta next week, the America 250 celebration, Capital 250. There's even more coming this weekend. I'm going to tell you about that coming up a little bit later on. But I want to talk a little baseball now, because the North-South baseball game is happening tomorrow. And we got with us Shawn Zuniga, who's with the city of South Charleston. Also, Mark Plants is with us as well. Good morning and welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Good morning, Dave.
And Mark, this is your first time ever on the air with me, so
I think it is.
All right.
Good morning.
I'm fully aware of you. Know of your exploits over the years.
Yes.
I said that like it was a bad thing. I didn't mean like it was exploits.
Opinions vary.
You're well known in the community. I'll say that. All right, let's talk about this big baseball game. Shawn, I'm going to start with you. This is a pretty big deal. Of course, we just came off the North-South football games and the basketball games last week, and now we're going to play a little baseball at South Charleston High School. I understand, right? Talk about that, Shawn.
Yes, this is the first year that South Charleston's hosting it, and it's Friday, June 26th, and the first game will start at 3 p.m. The second game starts at 6 p.m.
All right. And Mark, I think your law firm is one of the sponsors of this. Is that right?
Yep. We're happy to sponsor it. We love that it's in South Charleston. That's where my office is. Mm-hmm. And, of course, one of the directors is Steve Kroger, who's my high school coach. So we kind of got everybody together and want to just try to roll out the carpet for the players. And, of course, Mayor Mullins always puts the players first, and just without the city of South Charleston, this wouldn't be possible.
South Charleston's kind of becoming the place, isn't it, as far as for these things, right? And we got a lot of stuff going on in South Charleston. We'll talk about them a little bit later on, including that little market that opened up over there, that small little market. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But Shawn, I know for you guys to have these events here in Charleston, as I said, the events last week and this one as well, it's a big deal for the city of South Charleston.
Yeah. It really is. And then our biggest thing with these events is we just want to make sure everyone has a great time and has a great experience in South Charleston.
All right, Mark, you and I were talking a little bit in the green room about your days as an athlete. You played in this game, right?
I did.
Right.
And, and everybody remembers I was a football player,
Yeah.
5 different lifetimes ago.
Yeah.
I was a football
and a few
player.
surgeries probably.
Luckily, no surgeries.
Really?
But, I had, so from 95 to 2000, I played at WVU. I was a football player.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of remembers me from that or the prosecutor. Like, when someone comes up to me, I don't know if it's, hey, you're the football player or you're the prosecutor or the criminal defense attorney now.
Mm-hmm.
But what a lot of people don't remember is, I was also a baseball player. So, not only did I play in the North-South game, and I was first team All-State as a junior and senior in baseball and football. So 4-time first team All-State.
I'm trying to figure out how you went through this storied career and never had any surgeries.
I just fortunate, I guess. I've never had a surgery.
Or what?
never had a surgery, and just very fortunate. Particularly, at WVU.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a guy named Amos Zaraway. I don't know if y'all remember who that was. That's a couple lifetimes ago.
Vaguely familiar, yeah.
Pretty much, I carried the ball 1 or 2 times, and then Amos carried the ball the first time, ran a 60-yard touchdown, and I pretty much never got the ball again. It was just Amos. So, which I can kind of understand.
Talk about playing in these games, so what it means for high school athletes to play in these games, particularly those that are at the end of their careers, so to speak.
It's a great experience to meet and compete against statewide talent. And, we got 65 seniors coming in that are all all-stars from all levels. All in one place. And it's kind of one of those situations where not only do you make some friends, but you also get to size yourself up with other competition. And it's a fun time. The kids are going to have a great time. We're going to feed them. We're going to come in Thursday. They're coming in tonight. They're going to have a practice from 6 to 8. South Charleston's going to feed them. Tomorrow, like I said, there's a luncheon at noon. And then the game's scheduled to start at 3 and 6, but because of the rain, we might try to start a little bit earlier. We want to get, it's a doubleheader. We want all the kids.
They're all already going to be here, so we don't have to worry about the travel.
We don't want to move it. We want to try to get the game in. So if we have to move it up to avoid the rain, we will. And it's a doubleheader. So we're trying to get all the players. This is always about the players. So we want to get them as much playing time, as many as bats as possible. So we want each of them to have time to get some games.
Last week on the Midday Show, guys, we had a chance to talk to a couple of the football players that came in town, and there was one from the north and one from the south. We had them on the show at the same time, and it was interesting, just talking to those. And both of those, most of those gentlemen are going on to play college ball, which was good. I think one was playing at, I know one was playing at Concord, and I think maybe the other one was playing at Wesleyan. But I think it's just a great experience for them to be able to play.
I tell you what I remember. I tell you what, honestly, I'm 49, so I don't remember the game. I really don't. But what I do remember is the warm-ups. You run in baseball, you run 60-yard dashes. Well, I don't know if y'all remember a guy named Bobby Howard. I grew up playing against Brady Moss, Bobby Howard, those guys. So in this North-South baseball game, he played in the North-South game. We got to race against each other in a 60-yard dash at the same time. So that's the kind of, you're playing against other players that you've heard of, and you get to walk on the same field and just compete nose to nose with them. It's something that you just remember, even when you're old, fat, bald, and 49. You're still talking about it.
Well, and I think, too, you got to remember, I mentioned I referenced the 2 young athletes that we interviewed last week. I mean, both those guys are going to be fortunate enough in football to go play somewhere else. But for some of these athletes, this might be, the last time that they play, other than maybe a pickup. Maybe baseball's a little different, but there's a possibility that this may be the last time some of them play, at least in an organized event like that. And that means something. I'm sure you remember your last game wherever it was, and it's a lifetime memory for them.
That's true. And again, my last baseball game was the North-South baseball game all those years ago. And it really is at some point, and when you're particularly, in this all-star category where you're getting selected for scholarships, you're getting selected for the North-South game, I don't care what anybody says. In your heart, if you're a player, you want to play at the next level, right? You're always thinking about, and you're hoping against hope you get that opportunity. But sooner or later, we all have to put our cleats on the wall, and whether it's out of high school, out of college, or professional, and that's a transition. Some people make it a positive thing, some people don't, but it is a special moment.
Talking again with Mark Plants and Shawn Zuniga. We'll get back to the baseball game in a moment. Shawn, I want to ask you, it's been a big week for the city of South Charleston. Not only the sporting events last week, but you opened up that big old Kroger this week. How's that going? Have you been in there, Mark? Have you been?
I was there. I was there this morning. My wife worked for the city, and of course, so I'm from South Charleston. South Charleston is the center of the universe to me. So, obviously everybody knows we got the great, the best services, the best youth sports. I mean, that's in my opinion, because that's where I'm from.
Yeah.
And the older I get, the more I want to get back home and make things like it used to be when I grew up. There was a bunch of people at Kroger's. I stopped by. I didn't know they were giving out $10 gift cards. I couldn't believe how many people were there. Yeah. And I don't just mean like the normal, the normal crowd that shows up. There were, I don't know how many hundreds of people there that were in line to get in and walk around.
Yeah. They cut the ribbon, I think, at 7:30 yesterday morning.
Yes,
was that right? Then you opened up at 8.
Yep.
How'd everything go? I mean, with this, because it's what everybody's talking about on the internet.
Yeah, but just like Mark said, I mean, the line was down the building and out the back for people to get in. It was just nice to see everyone excited about it, and it's really special for South Charleston, and not only South Charleston residents, but for the Kanawha Valley as well.
Well, and even beyond that, I mean, I had a chance a couple days ago to interview the marketing guy there, James Manise, for Kroger. I interviewed him twice, as a matter of fact, and he talked about this. And this is something that's a feather in the cap of the entire Kanawha Valley, especially the city of South Charleston. Is there's no other Kroger location like this in the state of West Virginia. He said that we may have some, later, but this is the only one that you can come in and get your grocery items, but you can also get furniture. You can also get clothing items and all these other things.
Yeah, and some Mary cheese.
Yeah, a lot of cheese and a lot of sushi. You had me at cheese and sushi on both of those. I want to just quickly mention last week, I talked about how South Charleston's been, as Mark said, kind of like the center of the universe. You guys had the West Virginia Music Hall of Fame event on Sunday, your garden party. Our sister station, 98.7 The Mountain, was live, and it was a great event for South Charleston.
Yeah, it was a great turnout. Great event. The music was great. We're looking forward to having it next year as well. So it seemed like everyone kind of had a great time.
Well, the first time you host something, you never know how it's going to go.
Yeah.
And you learn what you did right, what you did wrong. But from everything that I was told, according to Shockley, our guy that was out there for the mountain, everything couldn't have gone better.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you got another big event for seniors at the farmers market coming up tomorrow. Is that right?
Tomorrow from 9 to 12, we have a senior market day. And kind of what that is the Kanawha Valley Service is going to come out and hand out the senior vouchers. We got some other places coming, WU Medicine, the library coming out to offer what resources they have. And
now, how often do you do is this every Friday that you do this? Or
this is just once a year.
Once a year.
Yeah.
So seniors, you need to, and by the matter of fact, the next segment, we're going to be talking to the people about the Senior Expo. So on your way out the door, make sure you guys kind of cross and they can tell you about that. And then what time is that event tomorrow?
It's from 9 to 12.
All right. Mark, let's get back to the baseball game. And it's a doubleheader, right?
It's a doubleheader again, starting at 3 and 6.
Okay.
It's $10 cash, covers the whole day, getting in, free parking, have concession stands there. And, it might be your last time. If you're like me, the one thing about baseball season you love is hot dogs. I'm a hot dog connoisseur. So, you got to have the right chili and the right coleslaw. It's got to be homemade, that whole thing. So it might be your last chance to get a hot dog.
You can tell you're a West Virginia boy because, and you're from Parkersburg South, because you said slaw and chili and you didn't call it sauce and you called it chili. My man. My man. I mention all the time, my wife is from Chicago. That is a totally different kind of hot dog out there, but they're still good, but there's nothing like a West Virginia dog.
No, I got it.
So what happens if it's a double header? What happens if, because it's split into the north-south. What if the north wins one and the south win one? Then what happens?
I think they'll both go away maybe a little happier and a little sad. I'm not sure.
I think you're going to have years of back and forth on Facebook and on Twitter about who was the better team. Maybe just play like one inning after that just to see who decides.
We'll do
throwing out ideas.
We'll do a tiebreaker. We'll do a home run derby.
All right. Mark Plants, I appreciate you being here, and big hats off to your law firm for sponsoring this. But I have a feeling you'd be a part of this whether your law firm sponsored it or not.
I would be. Thanks for having me.
All right. Hold on. I got a question for you, Shawn.
Yes, sir.
From the text line, can you ask when they will be remodeling the Kanawha City Kroger. You don't have anything to do with Canal City. Sorry, he's with the city of South Charleston. He can't handle Canal City. You probably need to call corporate about that. But I do appreciate the text. Appreciate you listening. Shawn Zuniga, Mark Plants, appreciate you both being here. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by the all-new Generations Ford of Hurricane. Visit generationsford.com. Big event happening at the Benny Keatum Shrine. It is the Senior Expo. We're going to talk to those folks when we come back on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Are you looking for a technical job in the medical field? Generations is growing and looking to add on job-trained physical therapy techs to our rehab team. To apply, visit one of our 7 convenient locations or simply click on us at generationspt.com.
At Jared Construction, they build more than structures. Jared Construction builds legacies. Since 1999, from historical restorations to modern design builds, Jared Construction has been the cornerstone of excellence in West Virginia. Their expertise spans commercial, educational, hospitality, and healthcare projects. With a commitment to quality and a focus on your vision, they turn your dreams into reality. Jared Construction, building your future, preserving your past. Discover more at jarrett-construction.com.
WV030133. Charleston, there's a new bank in town, but it's built on something timeless. Relationships. Guarantee Bank is now open on the Boulevard, bringing community banking back to the Canal Valley. We're local decision makers, real people, and a team that understands West Virginia business. Whether you're growing your company, buying a home, or planning for the future, we're here to help. Stop by our new Charleston branch at 1320 Canal Boulevard and experience banking the way it should be. Guarantee Bank, where community comes first.
What if the market drops after you retire? What if healthcare costs continue to rise? What if you outlive your savings? If these questions keep you up at night, you're not alone. And you don't have to figure it out alone. I'm John Burdett with 4th Avenue Financial, and I specialize in retirement income planning. Let's turn your what-ifs into a plan you can count on. Schedule your free consultation today at 4thavenuefinancial.com. 4th Avenue Financial, retirement done right.
Securities offered through Jenny McCole Financial Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through Jenny McCole Advisors Incorporated.
Ready for some free family fun? WVRC Media, Quantum Party Rentals, and the Pitch Sports Bar and Grill have joined forces for Friday Night Flicks at Shawnee, presented by Trojan Landing Marine and Power Sports. Each Friday night this summer, enjoy a free family-friendly film at Shawnee Sports Complex. Plus, there's inflatables for the kids, lots of food and drink options for purchase, prizes, and more. It's Friday Night Flicks at Shawnee. Find the Pitch WV on Facebook or thepitchwv.com for this week's movie and more.
That's the sounds of the Amos Steel Band, the official house band of the Dave Allen Show. Ryan Nicholson is our producer today, 9:25. By the way, if you need a band to play any event, contact those guys at Amos Steel. They're absolutely fantastic. Hit them up on Facebook. You want a little Southern rock, you want a little blues, that's your band right there, Amos Steel. Go check them out. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Morgan & Morgan. With more than $20 billion recovered, they believe that when you're injured, you deserve more. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Big event going on, the Senior Expo at Benny Keatum Shrine, and it is going on this Saturday. And we got Ray and Jenna with us. Ray Harrell, good morning, and welcome to you, sir.
Good morning.
And Jenna Skeen, I appreciate you being here as well.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing fine. All right, first of all, I got to ask you, Jenna Skeen, have you been on the show before to talk about this?
I have not.
Okay, scoot that microphone over to you a little bit. There you go. All right, but it's called the Donna L. Skeen Senior Expo. Your name happens to be Skeen. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I'm saying there's got to be a connection here.
There's definitely a connection, yes. Donna was my mother. She was a big proponent in the community, big advocate for many different people in the community. So, yes, that was my mother.
What kind of lady was your mom? If you don't mind, I'm not trying to make you tear up here, but what kind of lady was your mom?
No, I love talking about my mom, so thank you. She was just an amazing person. I don't know any other word that I can think of that would encompass my mother. She was kind. She was, I would go as far as to say, a saint on this earth. Mm-hmm. She just loved people, and she wanted to make everyone feel seen and loved, and especially the aged and disabled community in West Virginia, because West Virginia's often forgot in many things, but even more so in that realm. So she just really wanted to make those people feel loved and seen and important.
And that's why this is named after her.
Exactly, yes.
All right. Ray, Harrell, appreciate you being here. What's your involvement with this?
So I'm with Boone Memorial Health, and we're really excited to be coming back to the Expo this year. We're going to be sending several folks from our team doing several different things. We're going to have lab work available on site. We will have our Market on Main, which is our farmers market and greenhouse. We're going to have our market folks there with some healthy and local food resources and information, as well as our population health team. And so we'll have blood pressure screening, healthy food samples, diabetes education display, lots of different things to help out the folks who need it.
And this is all going to be at the Benny Keatum Shrine, which is next to the Coliseum Convention Center in Charleston. Jim Strawn is here. How you doing, man?
I'm the best I've ever been. Thank you, Dave. How are you, my friend?
I'm going to be talking to you tomorrow, I guess.
I'll be by tomorrow for the Moses Utter Group Live on the levee. But yeah, I'm excited about. You asked Jenna if she was on last year to talk about it. I think I snuck in and we kind of dueled.
Hold on. You snuck in somewhere where there was a microphone.
I found that I started talking about the levee, but we also started talking about the Donna L. Skeen Senior Expo.
I remember.
You know, and Donna started Loved Ones years ago, and now Jenna is the president of Loved Ones, a home health agency that treats folks in their home in about 33 counties in West Virginia, and Jenna's doing an outstanding job and wanted to bring this expo to the community and named it after her mother. So I've been working with Loved Ones, and I'm on the expo committee, and it's just been a neat thing for me to follow. I'm actually a senior myself. We've talked about this. I'm on Medicare, and it's not just for the seniors and all the great services that we're offering and all the wonderful information that we're going to have there, but it's for folks maybe in the sandwich generation, maybe the folks who are in their 30 to 40 to 50 taking care of their moms and
that's
their
a very good
dads.
point, because sometimes we forget about that.
And so there's a lots of information for you sons and daughters who are taking care of your elderly parents, and I think Donna started Loved Ones. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jenna, but she started Loved Ones so that folks could get the care in their home. They just didn't want to go anywhere else. They wanted to stay in their home, but they still needed some care and some treatment. So Loved Ones was started. This expo is all about sharing those resources and finding that information. And then last year I touched base with Ray, a good friend of mine. I go, Ray, we really could use some blood work and some other elderly expertise in what you guys offer. He's like, yeah. I mean, they didn't hesitate. Yeah. So it's wonderful to have Boone Memorial Hospital there. As he mentioned, they're going to be providing quite a bit of the lab work, the blood work. They're going to be doing cooking demonstrations on the stage. There's actually a stage there at the Benny Keatum Temple, as you well know, Dave. Yeah. And from 9 o'clock in the morning until 4:30 in the afternoon, until we close down at 5 o'clock, there's going to be a stage scheduled. There's going to be activity on the stage all day long, from music. Lee Dean will be there to do a little Elvis, to do a little Sinatra. We're going to have lunch and learns. We're going to have seminars about elderly and Medicare. J.T. Hunter is going to do something. Leslie C. from Just Us Retirement Solutions are going to do something. J.K., the DJ, is going to be providing Singo. I can't wait. I've never seen Singo. It's like bingo, but with music. I love it.
Leave it to JK to come up with that.
It's just going to be outstanding. The committee for the Senior Expo has done a great job. We've been meeting for months. Keely with WOWK has been a real advocate for this committee. We've had Samantha from Ray's Boone Health. We've had folks from Hoffus. We've had folks from Putnam Aging. It takes a village to take care of our elderly, and we have so many great sponsors. So many folks have come together to put this event together. I'm so excited for Saturday. And the best part about this, folks, if you're listening, admission is totally free. There's no charge to come in. Jenna's sponsoring a complimentary lunch during the Lunch and Learn. Of course, Boone's going to be doing some cooking demonstrations, so that means there's going to be some free samples on some items to eat. And it's just going to be one of those things where you just got to come down if you're taking care of an elderly, or if you're an elderly and you just want to get you want to get out of the house, you want to get out of the apartment, get down there. Benny Keatum, easy to get in, and we'll take good care of you when you get there. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be there pretty much most of the day, Dave.
Well, and I think sometimes another group that you may not have mentioned that maybe want to, especially since it's free and all this information is available, there are those of us that are the Gen Xers. I'll be 56 in September. Yeah. I don't ever plan on ever fully retiring. I'm going to be doing something.
Right.
However, I'm getting to that age when there may be some information available for me to come there too, as I look at that part of my life coming up.
Mm-hmm. Well, as you think about it, you're not quite there yet, but pretty soon you're going to be, how do I navigate this Medicare path? And I didn't know how to do it. Now I know how to do it, but there's going to be folks there to help you through that. There's going to be folks there from hospice if you may need that. Loved ones obviously will be there, and this is what they do. They take care of the elderly or folks who are disadvantaged or maybe have a disability, but they're able to stay at home, but they don't want to go anywhere and get treatment. They want to be at home. So we're going to help you navigate that. And as you're navigating that at the Senior Expo, you're going to have a good time. It's going to be, there's lots of entertainment there as well. And there's lots of things to eat. And there's going to be lots of people to talk to. We in the committee, we were saying for the past couple of months, this is not your grandma or your grandpa's Senior Expo. This is going to be kind of fun. Yeah, we're going to have a good time.
And you got my man Lee Dean there.
How much fun will he be? Well, Jenna gets him every year. She loves him.
Lee does Elvis and Frank Sinatra, and he basically becomes Elvis and Frank Sinatra. Lee and I go way, way back, former coworkers, and he does a fantastic
Jenna,
job.
Your mom liked him a lot, right?
Yes.
That's how this came about.
Mm-hmm. Yep. When we started planning the first one, I was like, we have to get him. Plus, Elvis draws in the folks. So
of all generations, really.
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
And for that matter, so is Sinatra. Ray, I want to talk about Boone Memorial's part in this, and why is it that you guys do this?
Well, great question. Appreciate that. It's really important for us to, be in the communities that we serve. And, a lot of folks can't make it to us, certainly as often as they might want to or need to. And so having opportunities like this to go out into the community and not only provide information, but be able to provide some level of services. And as Jim was talking about, just helping people navigate. Healthcare is complicated. And there's going to be a lot of people there, not just from our team, but Jenna's team and the other great sponsors that are going to be there. Ask the questions. There is no silly question, certainly when it comes to healthcare. We want to help you navigate it and get the services and the care that you need. And so we're grateful for the opportunity and appreciate Jenna and Jim for getting us involved again this year.
And Jenna, I'll let you talk about loved ones a little bit. What exactly do you guys do?
We do in-home care.
Yeah, I know Jim talked about it a little bit, but I want you to expound upon it, though.
Absolutely. My mom actually started the company in 1997. And it was born out of a promise to her own mother. She never wanted to leave her home. She wanted to be able to stay there up until the last second of it. And when my mom started doing research, she saw that there was a need in the community, not just for my grandmother, but for lots of people's grandmothers and grandfathers, and even beyond that. So she started Loved Ones, and what we do is we go in the home and we help with anything which is called non-skilled care. So that's, helping people get in the shower, helping get them meals, helping keep their places neat and tidy. We also help with taking them out into the community to do some community activity. So, we just help them keep functioning without having to go to a nursing home, because everybody we take care of actually is eligible for nursing home care. Mm-hmm. So we keep them in the home.
Where can people learn more about your service?
Well, they can go to our website, lovedonescares.com, and it gives all
the stuff is there.
All the stuff.
All right, Jim, I want to give you an opportunity to kind of wrap this thing up here because this is, and now with the baby boomers, and as I said, I'm a Gen X guy, heading into that direction right now. We're seeing, more and more elderly people that are looking for information on these services. And the great thing about expos and events like this is it's not a pressure situation. If you pick up the phone, with all due respect to the medical, you call, it can be, or you go to a facility, it can be a little intimidating. This is basically, these people will be set up, all these vendors you have, and you guys, Loved Ones, and Boone will be there as well. People can come to you and ask the questions, kind of, that's on their mind, and they don't feel like they're sitting in a waiting room or sitting on a table. Jim, you can talk to that.
I think Ray summed it up best. You can come, and there are no silly questions. And every vendor, everyone at the expo is going to be so welcoming and so enjoyed to see you, so thrilled to see you, so wanting to be helpful and want to help you and your loved one and your family member. It's just going to be one of those easy to go to and be at without any kind of pressure. If you haven't got a good sense of what the event is about, there is a website, the Donna Skeen SeniorExpo.com. It's Donna Skeen SeniorExpo.com. If you're a Facebooker, you can also go to their Facebook page. There's lots of information they post every day on that Facebook page about what's going to happen. There's a stage schedule there. There's a list of some of the vendors and some of the activities. So if you want more information, go to the website or the Facebook page. Otherwise, get your group together. Get a van together. Have your mom or dad. Take your mom and dad. I'm bringing my mother to the event. So bring your parents. And it runs from 9 o'clock in the morning until about 4:30, 5 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Admission is free. Benny Keatum Temple on Coyer Street, right beside the convention center.
Plenty of parking out there.
Plenty of parking. This is the 3rd annual. We'll do it again next year, but we'd love to see you Saturday, folks.
All right. Guys, appreciate you all being here, and God bless you for what you're doing for our older people. And not, as Jim said, not just the older people, but the younger people that love them and are trying to take care of them.
Perfect.
So there's a lot of free information out there. Food, you got Frank Sinatra, you got Elvis. What more could you want? And it's on Saturday. And the weather is not looking great, so it's indoors.
It's indoors.
It's indoors.
Plenty of parking, as you said. We'll see you folks Saturday. I'll see you tomorrow morning, Dave.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow morning. I'll see you guys down there. I appreciate you both being here. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Hang out with me here just 1 second. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Husson's Pizza. This month, get a large 18-inch pepperoni pizza and any whole 10-inch sub, only $23. Find your nearest local Husson's for dine-in, delivery, or pickup at Husson'sPizza.com. We'll take a break. Come back after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses care for your family.
Hey, this is Bobby Spry, and last year we purchased a new HVAC system from West Virginia Heating and Cooling. During the inspection of our old unit, their technician discovered a crack in the heat exchanger that was slowly leaking carbon monoxide into our home. From that moment on, we knew we chose the best technicians and the best service. Every technician is drug tested and background checked, giving our family peace of mind. When it comes to protecting your home and family, trust the best. West Virginia Heating and Cooling.
The Husson's Pizza special for June, a large 18-inch pepperoni pizza and a whole 10-inch sub for just $23.99. Visit your nearest Husson's for dine-in, pickup, or delivery. Order now at Husson'sPizza.com.
If you've been injured, you deserve a lawyer who knows West Virginia, not just one who advertises here. Tom and Harvey Payton were born and raised right here. For decades, they've fought for injury victims across the state, and they know how to win. At the Payton Law Firm, you get strong representation and attorneys who care. Call 755-5556 or visit PaytonLawFirm.com.
The attorneys referenced in this ad are lifelong residents and are licensed to practice law in the state of West Virginia.
Look in your grandmother's china cabinet. If you see bright orange, blue, or green plates, you're looking at Fiesta ware. Made by the Homer Lachlan China Company in Newell since 1936, it is the most collected dinnerware in American history. We've been setting the American table with color for 90 years. West Virginia, serving the nation.
Polka Valley is proud to be a part of America's 250th birthday, proudly serving our customers since 1908. Polka Valley, where relationships matter. Member FDIC.
Start your Saturday mornings at 7:06 with West Virginia Outdoors on 580 WCHS. Join Chris Lawrence as he explores the wonders of our state's great outdoors. From fishing to hiking, hunting to conservation, it's an adventure you don't want to miss.
Welcome back to the show. It's going to be a great event. By the way, that's the official house band of the Dave Allen Show, Amos Steele. You need somebody to play your festivals, your parties, bar mitzvahs, baptisms. Well, okay, maybe not those last two, but anyway, get those guys at the Amos Steele Band a call. Doodle and the boys, and Johnny and all of them, they are fantastic. And be sure and check them out on Facebook and get them booked today. Be sure and join me every Friday morning, 9:06 for the Adopt Me, Please Pet of the Week from the Kanawha Charleston Humane Association, brought to you by Almost Heaven Interiors, family owned and proudly serving the community for over 50 years. They specialize in custom blinds, shades, shutters, upholstery, and beautifully crafted sewn goods, homes to hospitals, classrooms, commercial spaces. They can do it all. They're located at 516 D Street in South Charleston. Guarantee Bank Hotline, 304-345-5858. Tony Vitaylor text 304-935-5008. I am not a member of the Shrine Club, but I did tell my buddy Chris Withrow, who's had some health issues here as of late, but he's doing quite well. And the voice is a little messed up, but he did want me to mention this, that they're having their annual Paddle Fest on Saturday. And, of course, this is the Shriners Elk River Paddle Fest. Starts at 9 a.m., and so it starts, I guess, at Coonskin Park, and they are going to do a little paddling out there. And you can actually drop off your paddles coming up tomorrow there at the park. And Paddle the Elk is what the organization is called. And, of course, it's all with Shriners. And there's information available. I'm sure if you just Google it or go to their Facebook page, you'll be able to find out more. But I did tell, normally Chris would come on the air with me, but he's having a little throat issues right now, and wish him a speedy recovery. But this event is going to be Saturday. Paddling the Elk, and the money raised will benefit the Shrine Club here in Charleston. Guarantee Bank hotline 304-345-5858. Tony Taylor text 304-935-5008. Coming up on the show, Metro News Midday a little bit later on. 13 News and Tonight Live anchor Amanda Barrett and me. Angie Gillenwater from the Canal. Well, actually, that's tomorrow's show. What am I talking about? I've got my shows mixed up here. On the show today, Jeff Jenkins is going to stop by. TJ Meadows is going to hang out with us in the studio just a little bit. We are going to continue to commemorate the anniversary of the historic, 1,000-year flooding that affected not only here in the Kanawha Valley and Clendenin and Elkview and places like that, but we've told stories of Richwood and in Nicholas County and Greenbrier County and all those areas. So we're going to continue talking about that a little bit today. Also, Kanawha County Commission President Ben Salango is going to join me during the 2 o'clock hour on the show today. Metro News Midday with 13 News and Tonight Live anchor Amanda Barrett and me. Now on this show tomorrow, Angie Gillenwater from the Kanawha Charleston Humane Association is here with this week's Adopt Me Please Pet of the Week, as I said, which is always sponsored by the fine folks at Almost Heaven Interiors. There's going to be a big car show in Winfield on Saturday. And Lord, with the weather, I'm hoping it's still going to go on. It's going to be at the Winfield Baptist Church. And Ty Lawfrey, his story. He was a young man, basketball player, student athlete at Winfield High School, diagnosed with cancer. Made everybody choke up at the state basketball tournament when he actually not only suited up for the Generals, but he actually went out and played in a state tournament game. Well, he's not out of the woods yet. Medical bills still piling up. He's back and forth to Cincinnati, if you want to understand. Well, some of his friends and family having a car show. I'm presuming it's still going on, and if that is the case, because there is rain, a lot of it predicted in the forecast on Saturday. We're going to talk to one of the organizers about that coming up on Saturday or on tomorrow's show. And also, as I mentioned before, Jim Strawn will be here to talk about Live on the Levee, a little Prince tribute action going on tomorrow night at Live on the Levee. And so Jimmy will be back with us tomorrow to talk about that. Trojan Landing Marine and Power Sports, along with WVRC Media Charleston, present Ride and Riches, your chance to win a Segway UT6M side-by-side and $1,000 in cash. Now, you can register at a bunch of our different advertisers, including Village Heirlooms, A-Game Wellness, Tractor Pros, The Pitch Sports Bar and Grill, Running Boards and more, Members Choice Federal Credit Union, Red Carpet Lounge, Blanche's Diner in Clendenin, Charleston Cut Flour, Family Healthcare Centers in Charleston and Tays Valley, Donut Connection in Kanawha City, Seventh Boutique and Beauty Bar, Mardi Gras Casino, Shuckers of St. Albans, A to Z Outlet, Eddie's Tire and Service in Polka or Winfield, our title sponsor, Trojan Landing Marine and Power Sports, and Captain Holstein's Family Entertainment Center. So basically, what this is, you go into any of those businesses, all right, and you can register there. You can fill out the old-style registration forms, or there is a QR code available there as well if you prefer to do it that way. And then about a week before this big event, which is going to be happening at Trojan Landing, we'll be there live. All of our stations will be there live on Saturday morning, July 18th. About a week ahead of that, we will go around and collect those boxes of all the registrants, and of course the ones we have registered online as well. And then they'll start calling people and saying, you're a finalist to win this new sweet machine. It's a Segway UT6M side-by-side plus $1,000 in cash. And then we're going to ask you to join us on the parking lot of Trojan Landing Marine on Saturday, July 18th. And all the finalists will be there. And we have prizes along the way. And if you're chosen as the winner, you are going to win that sweet new ride from Trojan Landing. Again, it's a Segway UT6M side by side plus with $1,000 in cash as well. And you can register at any of those locations I mentioned, and information is also available on all of our station websites as well. Text says, talking about the Kroger store, Ashton Place Kroger is Gucci. Teays Valley is known as Louis Vuitton, so I think the perfect name for the new marketplace is Cartier Kroger. Well, here is somebody who is a once or twice, 3 times a week shopper at the Kroger in Teays Valley. When it opened a couple of years ago, those of us in the Valley started calling it the Prada Kroger. All right. So I got dibs on that. The Teays Valley is the Prada Kroger. Now, we can call this one the Louis Vuitton. We can call it, whatever, the Cartier or whatever the texter says there. But we kind of already named that one over there. I'm going to probably get into this a little bit more on Midday Today, and I'm sure the Talk Line boys will talk about it. Brad has a story posted at WVMetroNews.com, and it's this ruling about junk food. Judge Amy Berman Jackson in the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia struck down federal Agriculture Department waivers that allowed several states to ban SNAP recipients from using food stamps to buy soda, candy, et cetera, et cetera. This was a 68-page decision that ruled that the agency, quote, exceeded its legal authority by approving the state restrictions without congressional approval. Continuing with the quote, the federal defendants and the states may have a genuine desire to improve the health of SNAP households by encouraging healthy choices at the store, and they can take lawful steps to meet those goals, but what they can't do is violate the law and their own regulations along the way, end quote. Now, in addition to West Virginia, other states, including Colorado, Iowa, Nebraska, Tennessee, tried to enact similar legislation, basically saying that those on SNAP benefits could not buy the junk food. Well, it has been struck down. It has been struck down. And the Morrissey administration not happy about that. There's a quote from Governor Patrick Morrissey that you can read for yourself at WVMetroNews.com. 9:49, the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Pinnacle Consultants. When environmental questions come up in a building, Pinnacle provides clear answers. They specialize in asbestos, lead, mold, and indoor air quality issues with accredited lab testing based right here in the state. Learn more at pinnaclecorp.net, helping you understand your environment, because what you don't know can hurt you. Guarantee Bank Hotline, 304-345-5858. Tony Vitaylor text 304-935-5008. We'll take a break. Come back after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses have been creating jobs in West Virginia since 1997.
Hello, this is Dr. Stephen Garib with Garib Dental Group. If you've been dreaming of a brighter, more confident smile, start with a free consultation. You won't be disappointed. From Invisalign to veneers to professional teeth whitening, we'll create a custom plan designed just for you. Take the first step toward the confidence you deserve. Schedule your whitening consultation today at GaribDentalGroup.com or call 1-800-GREAT-CARE. Garib Dental Group, where we love to see your smile.
When I set out to build our firm, it was built for greatness. It was built for you. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Office 222 Capitol Street, Charleston. Cases will be handled by West Virginia licensed attorneys. The attorney in this ad is not licensed in West Virginia. ForThePeople.com.
Adventure is boundless. Adventure is a journey that never ceases. When you hit the open road or the open water, time stops and adventure begins. From anchors away to kickstands up, a continuous tradition of adventure is the spirit that drives Trojan Landing Marine and Power Sports. Featuring Royal Enfield motorcycles, for you, a highway and the horizon in the chase for endless adventure. Discover more at TrojanLanding.com or visit Trojan Landing Marine and Power Sports in Charleston today.
Running a business in the Kanawha Valley means dealing with a lot at once. Customers, employees, deadlines, and 100 little problems that pop up during the day. Technology shouldn't be one of them. At Next Level Technologies, we help Charleston area businesses keep their systems secure, backed up, and running smoothly so the workday stays on track. If you're spending too much time dealing with computer problems, it may be time for a better approach. Learn more at nextleveltech.com. Next Level Technologies, practical IT, strategic outcomes.
The latest in news, talk, and sports on 580 WCHS is brought to you by Jarrett Construction. Visit jarrett-construction.com for more information.
Right on time, right on
budget. Call on Jarrett Construction.
I'm telling you, folks, if you need a band for something, for your bar, for your summertime fall festival, that's the guys. Amos Steel Band right there. My boys, and they're going to be playing a lot around the state of West Virginia. So if you need somebody, I would get on Facebook and look them up. Amos Steel Band, based right here in the Kanawha Valley, but they play all over the state. And I think they had a European tour once. I think they toured Antarctica, Mexico. I'm making every bit of the last 30 seconds of this up, but I'm just saying. They're good guys. Go check them out, if you will. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by your hometown baseball team, the Charleston Dirty Birds. Birds continue their series against York tonight at Go-Mart Ballpark tonight. $1 beer night. Enjoy ice-cold beers for only $1. Other things going on there, too. So visit dirtybirdsbaseball.com if you need more information. If you see even more people in Charleston in the next couple of days, we just had the USA Pro Road Bike Championships last week. And, of course, we got Regatta going on next week, and we got the America 250 celebration. Well, guess what? There's going to be a whole lot of people in Charleston this weekend as well ahead of that. This is the 2026 USA Gymnastics for All Gym Fest, and it's happening today through Sunday at the Coliseum and Convention Center. Now, how big is this that we're talking about? There are at least 400 participants in this. All right, that's 400 gymnasts that are going to be there. So for every gymnast that's coming in, I'm not an expert in this, but I'm going to say at least 2-3 people come with them. By the time mom, dad, grandparents, siblings, the dog, everybody comes with them. So 400 times all those people is a lot of people. Carry the 3. It's a lot of people. So there's going to be a lot of people in Charleston. And this is, the USA Pro Road Championships, Regatta, the governor's festivities. I mean, there's just so much going on in Charleston. And again, you talk about 400 of these gymnasts coming here with an average of 2 to 3 people per person with them. That's a whole lot of people in Charleston. That's a whole lot of people staying in the hotels. It's a whole lot of people eating at the restaurants, not only in Charleston, South Charleston, Taze Valley, on down the line. But yet people say there's nothing to do in Charleston. They say there's this city is dead. Okay. Sorry. I can't go along with that. I'm sorry. And I say that for South Charleston. I say that for St. Albans. I say it for Dunbar. I say it for Winfield, Hurricane. I'm going to leave one out. And I mentioned St. Albans, all these towns. And in Clendenin this weekend, they are commemorating the anniversary, the 10-year anniversary, which was earlier this week, the flooding. They got activities going on Friday and Saturday. And the only reason I keep bringing these things up is because nothing gets in my crawl anymore for people to say, God, West Virginia's dead. There's nothing going on. Well, I would beg to differ. There's a heck of a lot going on, and there always is every weekend. The regattas and the big thing, that's what gets all the attention. But, man, every weekend in the Kanawha Valley, there is something going on. There's people coming and staying in hotels. The restaurants are full, and so I guess I get a little bit tired of the pessimism all the time about people saying that this area is dead. Do we have a population issue? Yes, we have a population issue, but at least we have people that are. I mean, if you heard the interview with the mayor of Clendenin that I did yesterday, in Clendenin, they got folks that just moved here from California and Maine that are living here. No ties to the area whatsoever. Granny and Grandpa weren't from here. They came here because of the outdoor recreation and because they can work remote. And we need a whole lot more of that. And I, for one, am happy to see it. Text says Barack Obama appointed Amy Berman Jackson as U.S. State District Judge for the District of Columbia, March 2011. She is an activist justice. Left can't win of policy issues like this, so they go through friendly, strategically placed judges in the courts, says a texter. One of the texts I didn't get a chance to read this yesterday. I wanted to go back to it, and I always appreciate all the texts. I was talking about yesterday, I had Aaron Wood on from the Kanawha City Community Association. They have a meeting coming up tonight at City National Bank. Starts, I think, at 6 o'clock over there, about an hour-long meeting. Officials from Mayor Goodwin's administration are going to be there, first responders, whatever. And basically, it is an opportunity for people to go out and ask questions. If you don't want to do a full-on city hall thing, can be a little bit intimidating, whatever, in front of a council meeting. If you're a resident of Kanawha City, if you visit Kanawha City, if you have an interest in Kanawha City, if you're a business owner, you can go to City National Bank in Kanawha City tonight starting at 6 o'clock. Plenty of free parking, and you can talk one-on-one with City of Charleston officials. Mayor's office, council, police, fire, whatever, they're all going to be there. And I was just saying the fact that the last time they had one of these meetings over there, 2 people showed up. 2. But yet everybody wants to go to social media and complain. They want to go to these pseudo 99.9% wrong, more than they're right, Facebook pages and put information on there when you have an opportunity to go and talk to these people. And so someone's kind of called me out on that, and I do appreciate the text. It says, you said yourself, Dave, you don't live there, but you do know the problem. So why do these representatives need more people at a meeting to complain or discuss issues they already know that they're going to complain about? Well, it's an opportunity. Appreciate the text. It's an opportunity for you to have a one-on-one with them, to talk to them. As I said, everybody doesn't like to go to a city council meeting. And this goes for any city. You can talk. You can sit just like you're sitting at Wendy's, across the table from each other, and you can have an opportunity to talk about it and say, hey, I got a real issue with this in my community. I got a real issue with the crime. I got a real issue with the potholes. And granted, sometimes they can't always do a lot about potholes. I got a real issue with drainage, whatever the case may be. They're there. So if you're a resident or business owner in Kanawha City Community Association meeting, free of charge, 6 o'clock tonight, City National Bank. All the people are going to be there, so it's your chance to go talk to them one-on-one. And I would hope to God that they can get more people to show up than 2, because for that organization, and again, I don't live there, that's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Only 2 people showed up. You got plenty of notice. I saw about the meeting on social media. And that's when I reached out to Aaron Wood, who's the head of the organization, and said, do you want to come on the show and talk about it? And it showed up in my feed. I don't even live in Kanawha City. So there you go. Mr. Meadows is here. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I just get a little fired up when people would rather, complain on social media as opposed to actually going and talking to people that could actually help them. You know what I mean?
Well, one's fun, one's work.
I got you. What you got on the show today, buddy?
So coming up, we're going to be talking with Stephen Allen Adams, Amelia Nicely, Brad McElhenney. They all sat down with Paul Hardesty yesterday. I happened to be in on that conversation as well. We're going to have a reporter roundtable. What did you hear yesterday? What's the path moving forward? How does it all work out? So we'll talk about that and get into some of the details there. Also coming up on the show today, Jared Halpern, Fox News. Big shouting match in D.C. between Trump and Republican senators yesterday. We're going to get into that, find out what it's all about. Hoppy at 11:06 with his latest commentary. J.B. McCuskey, Attorney General of the great state. Will BPJ drop today or not? Mm-hmm. We'll talk to him either way and see what's up.
Going to be a big news story indeed. All right, I'm back tomorrow for a Friday edition of the show. Later on today, I'll see you on Metro News Midday with Amanda Barron. Till then, have fun. I love somebody.
WCHS AM 96.5 FM Charleston, 104.5 Cross Lanes, a WVRC media station. We're proud to live here too.